Jai Hind friends. So now let's discuss sixth question, conductivity of intrinsic semiconductor. So friends, we know that in metals the conductivity can be given by sigma is equal to n e mu, where n may be the number of charge carriers, e charge of an electron, mu may be mobility of electron. So if we want to derive similar equation for intrinsic semiconductor, where there will be two types of charge carriers, electrons and holes, this equation 1 can be modified as sigma is equal to n e mu e plus p e mu h, where mu e is mobility of electron and mu h is mobility of holes. Let this be equation number 2. Now in intrinsic semiconductor we know that number of holes are same as number of electrons. So P is equal to N is equal to Ni. So we will be replacing N and P in equation 2 by Ni. So sigma becomes sigma is equal to Ni E mu E plus Ni E mu H. We can take out this Ni E common. So sigma is equal to Ni E mu E plus mu H. Let this be equation number 4. Now we will discuss it for two cases. For P type of semiconductor, where P is greater than N, we will say that sigma is equal to P E mu H. And for case 2, for N type of semiconductor, where number of electrons will be much more higher than number of holes. So N is much more greater than P. So sigma is equal to N E mu N. Now we have derived this equation in last theory that Ni for semiconductor, the intrinsic semiconductor is equal to 2 into 2 pi kt by h square whole raised to 3 by 2 me star ms star raised to 3 by 4 into e raised to eg by 2 kt. Friends, if you recall, it was equation number 29 in the previous theory. Now I am giving it as new number as equation 7. So we are keeping this value of Ni in equation number 4 here. So our sigma becomes 2 into 2 pi kt upon h square raised to 3 by 2 me star ms star raised to 3 by 4 e raised to minus eg by 2 kt and e into mu e plus mu h. Friends, to reduce this equation, I will consider these two boxes commonly as A dash. So our equation number 8 can be reduced as sigma is equal to A dash e raised to minus eg by 2 kt. Let this be equation number 9, where A dash is 2 into 2 pi kt upon h square raised to 3 by 2 me star ms star raised to 3 by 4 into e me plus mh. But you know that sigma is 1 upon rho. Resistivity is inversely proportional to conductivity. So rho becomes 1 by A dash into e raised to eg by 2 kt. Friends, here it was minus eg by 2 kt. Now it becomes plus eg by 2 kt. So equation 11 gives the resistivity of semiconductor, intrinsic semiconductor especially. But we know that R is equal to rho L by A. So rho becomes RA by L. If this is the specimen, L be the length and A be its cross-sectional area, then we are comparing equation 11 and 12. So RA by L becomes 1 by A dash e raised to Eg by 2 kt. So R is equal to L by A dash into e raised to Eg by 2 kt. Let this box L by A dash be C. It's a constant. So R is equal to C into Eg by 2 kt. Let this be equation number 15. Now taking ln on both these sides. So ln R becomes equal to ln C plus Eg by 2 kt. This is our equation number 16. So equation 16, you can compare it with the equation of straight line, that is y is equal to mx plus c, where y is equal to ln R, m is equal to Eg by 2k and c is equal to ln C. So the values of energy band gap can be determined by plotting the graph of ln R versus 1 by t. It will be a straight line. So the slope of dy by dx can be obtained, and we can find out the energy band gap from this slope. So if we do the experimentally determination of band gap, then we can do either by 2 probe method or 4 probe method, and by varying the resistance we can find out different values of, by varying the temperature we can find out different values of resistance, and plotting the graph of lnr versus 1 upon t, we can find out the energy band gap Eg is equal to 2k into slope. Thank you friends.